Hello everyone. Today I will talk about the story of the shepherd and the wolves. Let's go.
Once upon a time, there was a shepherd who lived in a small village. He worked hard and relied on his flock of sheep for his livelihood. Every morning, he took his sheep to the green field where they could graze on fresh grass and drink clean water. The shepherd loved his sheep and cared for them as if they were part of his family. One day, while the sheep were grazing peacefully, a pack of hungry wolves suddenly appeared at the edge of the field. The wolves began to approach cautiously, and the sheep, sensing danger, started to scatter in all directions, frightened and panicked. The shepherd felt immense fear for his sheep and stood bravely in front of the wolves, trying to protect them. In a sorrowful voice, he pleaded, "O wolves, please do not eat my sheep. They are all I have. If you take them from me, I will lose my only source of income and be unable to live." The wolves paused for a moment as if contemplating his words. The shepherd looked into their eyes with courage and sorrow, trying with all his might to protect what he owned. Suddenly, an idea came to the shepherd's mind. He remembered that he had some dried food in his bag for emergencies. He opened the bag and took out the food, then began to throw it far away from the sheep. The wolves ran toward the dried food and devoured it greedily, distracted from the sheep. The shepherd seized the opportunity, quickly gathered his sheep, and led them away from the area. After ensuring that the wolves were far behind, he sat on a rock and took a deep breath, thankful to God for his and his flock's safety. The shepherd returned to the village with his sheep and told everyone what had happened. The villagers recognized the shepherd's bravery and his cleverness in handling the situation. From that day on, the shepherd was more cautious and took his sheep to safer places, determined to protect his flock with all his might. And so, the shepherd and his sheep lived in peace and safety, continuing their simple lives, enjoying the freedom and nature, always remembering that moment which almost ended their happiness.
The end. Now we move to the question section. How did the shepherd initially try to protect his sheep from the wolves? The shepherd stood bravely in front of the wolves and pleaded with them, asking them not to eat his sheep because they were his only source of income and livelihood. What did the shepherd do every morning with his sheep? Every morning, the shepherd took his sheep to the green field where they could graze on fresh grass and drink clean water. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.